Oh, dude, I look like a wild man right now with my hair and my beard.
Maybe.
Now I look like a wild, cool man.
There you go.
Oh, we're getting close. I just saw a sign for night crawlers.
I mean, we're still like an hour and a half away.
Yeah, but we're getting closer. We are on our way to Hayward. And I'm pumped. I'm pumped to go to Hayward and implement... this sounds really weird, but I'm actually excited to implement my eating plan in Hayward. And figure out my exercise regimen.
You can jog up the hill.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'll probably go on a few runs, too.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see how it all comes together, and I feel like because I have such a good plan in place already, I'm not gonna really go off track that much. Like I told Natalie here, I'm like, I'll probably have maybe like a marshmallow with some graham cracker, because technically it's all vegan, that's all legit.
It's just sugar.
It's just sugar, so. I do try to avoid sugar on a day-to-day basis. I've been trying these carbonated sparkling waters to just have something that if I get kind of a sweet tooth, I can have that. My dietitian recommended, and I'm not a fan, or I'm not advocating for diet soda, but I know that I have a sweet tooth, and if that's going to avoid me from going over my caloric intake, I will go for something like that over a situation in where our family bakes some stuff, and so oftentimes we'll be around the campfire and a plate of like rhubarb bars comes out, or some people bring pie or something, like cookies, whatever may come out at the campfire. If I feel that urge or that sweet tooth, I can go and grab something like a 0-calorie Gatorade or a diet soda. Yes, it's still not the best for you, but it's better. But yeah, I'm excited to see how that plan all plays out, and obviously go fishing.
Well, of course.
Woo. Of course, fishing.
Yeet. Lots of fishing.
Onward to Hayward.
Onward to Hayward. Yeet.
Oh goodness, Joe's back in the videos. He's bringing the yeets, folks.
Oh gosh. Last time I did this, did you hear that story?
I did, but the viewers didn't. You want to tell them?
No.
What happened, Mom?
Dad gave me the rope, and I had it, and he said, "Are you ready?" And I said, "I'm ready." And then he let the boat go, and the boat went. It almost took me in with it. And apparently I wasn't ready. And thankfully there was 2 young men that were standing there laughing their heads off that dove for it and got the rope for me and saved the day.
Thank goodness for kind strangers.
Yes.
All right, Dad, you're free.
Yep, you're free.
I wasn't ready.
Well, too late. You're free. Uh-oh, you're drifting.
That's why she shouldn't have let go. I don't know why she did that.
Well, I kind of told her to. That's my bad. There you go.
All right, we're out on the lake. Day 1 of fishing. We got the boat in earlier this morning, and that went off without a hitch. So we had lots of travel problems the other day.
There was a hitch. It was just used to connect the trailer to the car.
We're headed out onto the water. We don't have any baskets right now, but that's not going to keep us from fishing and putting them in the live well. Let's just enjoy the ride, shall we?
Great lake.
Take us away, Dad. Check it out. You want to explain what you've caught here? This is a northern pike. Very tiny, but very cute. And has really sharp teeth. And he's swimming down. All right, I'm gonna end on that cast. Finishing up my run on day 1. Don't know if I'm gonna do a run every day. There are some pretty extreme hills around here, and my legs feel like jelly. I'm gonna get 2 miles in tonight, and boy, was it a workout. Took me longer than normal, but now it's time for the downhill at least. Day 1 was good. Caught some bass, got running, ate healthy, and now I'm gonna go and hopefully enjoy a campfire with the family. Woo! We're gonna go head uptown today because it's kind of gray and rainy and not very nice weather out.
So we can't fish.
So we can't do much for fishing, but we can definitely go into town and shop a little bit, which is something we typically do when it gets weather like this. Typically this day is really difficult for me because there's a lot of temptations uptown. Like there's the ice cream place, the candy store, the burrito place, oh, the bakery. There's like a whole bunch of these places that pop up where it's just so easy to, especially when you see other people getting treats and stuff, to just say, oh, I'll just break for this one thing. But I am feeling pretty good about it this time because I've set that plan in place. I'm thinking at the burrito place, I'm gonna see if they have a bean burrito and probably just get that for lunch and fit that within my calories for the day. So that's kind of the plan. And I'm not feeling too tempted by anything right now.
Yeet.
Yeet indeed.
Yeah.
The
Birkebeiner. It's a 34-mile cross-country ski race from Cable, Wisconsin to Hayward. It ends here. Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of skiers.
Yeah, it's the largest cross-country ski competition in all of North America. That's why there are so many there, because it's the most popular one in all of North America. Come on,
Very
dude.
impressive.
You should know your Wisconsin stuff.
Sorry.
I only know about it because every time we come up here, we see tons of signs about the Birkebeiner, and we also learned about it in, I think it was like 5th grade. We were learning stuff about our state, the water capital of the world, the Dells, and the American Birkebeiner.
This is the massive burrito that they serve at this place, and this is without any meat
Size
in it.
comparison right next to your face.
Yeah, here's face for comparison. But here goes first bite. This James approved. So I should mention that before I had my burrito, I actually looked at the menu and I went through all the ingredients. I made sure to get rid of any ingredients that I wasn't going to eat, like the cheese, the sour cream, the steak. Got all that stuff out of there. And then I calculated in my app to make sure that I had the calories for the rest of the day. Because at the beginning of all this, I kind of put all the food in that I was going to have each day, but I left like 500 calories for just in case I had something come up. I knew this was going to be a lunch replacement, so I swapped it all out.
Spanish and Joe.
Say it.
Spanish
Yeah.
eat.
No. Say their name in Spanish.
Los tacos de la calle Mayor son muy buenos.
Sí.
Muy deliciosos.
Sí. Alright, so I'm going to try getting in a kayak for the first time in 5 years? Maybe 6 years? It's been a long time. But this one here is the biggest one we have available, this red one. So we're gonna use that one and hopefully it can hold my weight. It should be able to. So and hopefully I don't end up in the water. If I do, I guess that'll make a good thumbnail, right? So let's give it a go. My butt's a little wet, but we're good.
I want to know right now you're calm.
The bigger question is getting out now.
Okay, well, that's what the husbands will be good.
Yeah. I open them and I almost don't believe it, kind of thing. So, because legitimately, like, I'd have dreams about it when I was heavier, because I used to kayak and I loved it so much, and then I just couldn't do it anymore. So I only had it in dreams, and now I can actually live it out again, which is awesome. Yeah! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, jeez.
Okay. You ready? Please don't take me with you.
So yeah, see if you can get
Try
your
and
legs
take-
on the
yeah.
side.
Like out here.
Yeah, if you can.
If you can't, that's fine. See? Woo! See that? Yep.
Now don't let that go off.
Yeah. That's the trick. Like, especially when you're like on a river and it floats away. Yeah. See? That's also like an easy way to get in.
Wow, man, guys, it has been some time since I've talked with you face to face, and I am just I'm so happy right now, and there's so much going on in my life that, like, I've fallen a little bit behind on updating you guys. Plus, I wanted to make sure that this Hayward video turned out really well, but I took up so much footage up north that there's no way I can fit it all into this video. So I wanted to just kind of cut it here so that it doesn't get too long. The rest of Hayward went really well. We went out a couple more times on the boat. I ended up catching basically like a bass and a northern every time I went out. Tons of fun and awesome to spend that time with family. On top of that, I wanted to kind of go over the eating plan that I kind of had set up beforehand. Because I know that I didn't really explain it all too well throughout the week. It's a lot easier nowadays to track your food than it ever used to be. You can literally search a database of food that these apps have and just fill it in for whatever food you're using. A lot of them even have a barcode scanner fit right into them, and you can just scan the barcode on whatever food you purchase. So for me, I use Chronometer. A more common one is something like MyFitnessPal, but basically what I did was, before I even left for vacation, before I even stepped out that door and drove away, I made sure that in that calorie counting app, I had calculated for each day that I was going to be gone, my macros and my calories, making sure that I wasn't going to go over my caloric intake. With that, I also left myself about 500 calories of wiggle room or buffer room, so that if something came up in the day that, you know, if we went to town and I wanted to get that burrito, or I just had a certain, you know, I was getting hungry at a certain point in the day and I wanted something to eat, I could use whatever snacks I had brought along to fill in those extra 500 calories that I had kind of just left myself open. But I had each day planned down lunch and dinner just to know that I was gonna hit not only my calories, but also my macros, so my proteins, carbs, and fats. And I'm happy to report that it went really well. I think there were 2 instances that I broke and had something a little higher in sugar. Whenever we went out for ice cream, I actually found a place just down the street and around the corner that served Italian ice, which is a non-dairy alternative to ice cream. The one I had was like carrot mango. So while that was higher in sugar, it was still a better alternative than going for straight up ice cream. I had a little more sugar on that day because of that. And boy, did you could tell I had sugar. Woo! I was off the wall. But then I also broke one day to have a little bit of puppy chow. So I wanted a treat and I decided to go with that. So there were instances that I broke in the week, but overall, I stayed within my calorie range. There was only one day that I went slightly over, I think. I went over by like 200 something calories, but the rest of the week I was spot on. It was amazing to me how much I was able to stick with my plan. So highly recommend if you're going on vacation and you really want to stay on track, because that's where I'm at right now. I really wanted to stay on track. And so I highly recommend that if you're in that boat, if you're in that same position, definitely do this, because it was so much easier to know exactly what I was going to have without having to even think about it. Along with sticking with my eating plan that I had made before the trip, I was also very intentional about staying as active as possible. This meant going on walks with the family. It meant chopping wood for the fire that we had every night. It meant going for a jog in the afternoon. Like, whatever it was, I was very intentional about staying active. I think that goes a long ways as well. I was probably more active during my week of camping than I am during a typical week. So with all that in mind, it was really actually pretty easy to stay on track. I didn't even have any of that diet soda that I brought. I just didn't feel that I needed it. So all in all, the trip went really well, and when I weighed in upon getting back, here's what the scale said. Now, honestly, that was a little while ago, so I think I either maintained or I lost a little bit, but it wasn't like anything drastic if I remember correctly. But in the time that I've now been back, here is my weigh-in as of today. I'm in the 360s, which puts me like 4 to 5 pounds away from 200 pounds lost. From 200 pounds lost. Like, I never imagined to see 100, and now that I'm at 200, I'm basically like 2/3 of the way of my initial goal of 300. So there's just so much going on right now. A lot of good things have been happening at the end of this month, at the end of June. June has been crazy. I don't know. I'm just in a really good place right now, and I've been keeping up with my nutrition. My VR headset came in, so expect a video on that pretty soon. I'm moving out next month, and there's other things that just... Life's good, guys. And I can't thank you guys enough for being here with me, and for all the encouragement that you've given me. And I'm full of joy right now. You just don't even know. Unbelievable. That's the best word to describe how I'm feeling right now, is just unbelievable. With all that being said, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. There's a lot of good videos coming. And as always, you guys have a wonderful week. So Natalie may not have been catching much earlier, but she did pull in that monster.
Look how long it is, James.
That is insane.
Bigger than my hand.
Yeah, nice one. Ooh, feisty. Joe, what'd you pull in?
Nothing.